Alright, what's going on, guys? So, I saw this comment on one of the forums that I'm on uh, to give an update on the AO Tennis 2 first update. Yes, I know Steam and Switch have had like two or three each, but they were essentially just to bring the game up to where the PS4 and Xbox One versions were. So, for anyone who thinks that the Steam and Switch versions are actually ahead of the console version. Switch is a console version. The PS4 and Xbox One versions, yeah, that they were just getting up to the same standard, which was a bit strange that they released that way. But so someone from Big Ant has actually commented on one of the forums I'm on. Funnily enough, it is a cricket forum, but there's a couple of sub threads and all that sort of stuff for other games and things like that. AO Tennis being one of them. So there is a few forums that you can follow in order to maybe see a bit of info and things like that. Because obviously they don't post too much on Twitter. There is obviously their own website, which I don't think they comment too much on their own forum, which is a bit strange, really. But there's not too much activity on their forum, so maybe that's why. Hard to say. But so HBK619 gives a bit of an update on where they are with the patch. According to them, it's going to be quite substantial. So for anyone wondering what things have been mentioned in this forum, most of them are like the AI. The big problems with the AI playing exactly the same way. Very little to no unforced errors, regardless of difficulty. Things like player movement, so things like that. Like obviously, one of the big things is obviously the real lack of variety in how the AI plays. So, according to this person from Big Ant, a lot of these things that have been discussed in this forum are being worked on, and so it's not going to be good for anyone who's got a terrible internet connection, which once upon a time was me. I still have a terrible internet connection, but it's better than it was, because when the first game released, they were doing full game size patches, which I think when the game came out 2 years ago, the first game, I think it launched at about 8 or 9 gigabyte. This time it launched at 20. But yeah, like I had ADSL broadband back then, and the max download speed I think was I think it was 2 megabits per second. So it was horrifically slow. But yeah, so yeah, it was pretty terrible to have to download 13, 14, 15 gigabyte updates, which thankfully they got away from that in the end, but a lot of them were quite big still. But it sounds like this one's probably going to be quite big as well. But yeah, so they have a date that they're working to internally, so hard to say when that's going to be. So I mean, a lot of people are hoping for, say, tomorrow, because obviously the tournament itself, the tournament that the game is based on, ends on Sunday. But generally in Australia, most businesses only work Monday to Friday, so I can't see it happening tomorrow. Currently in Melbourne, it's already in the early hours of Friday morning, so yeah, I'm not seeing this coming out before the tournament ends, unfortunately. This patch is probably more designed to come out for the North and South American launch on February 11th. I would hope that it's not going to be another almost 2 weeks before we see this patch, but based on what I'm reading with this, I would say it's not going to be tomorrow. I would say maybe the end of next week, but I don't know, we'll wait and see, because they had a particular thing with Fridays with the first game, so where they would do almost a weekly, it was almost a weekly or or fortnightly thing on Fridays. They would do it. So I don't know if they're going to stick to this whole Friday thing, because there's a lot of frustrated people at the moment. But I don't know. They really have to hope that it does all the things that they want and all the things that a lot of people want. Like, I get the fact that some people are like absolutely ecstatic with the game. They love the game. They think it's the bee's knees and all that sort of stuff, and that's fine for them. But there's a lot of unhappy people at the moment, which, you know, like, I suppose if the same people played the first game and, you know, they were expecting dramatic improvements, you know, I don't blame them, really. So, but anyway, I just wanted to direct people to this post, because obviously not a lot of people are going to see this. So a lot of people are going to be left wondering on Twitter, like, or you know, waiting for say, for instance, for me or others to post update videos when the update comes out. Because I've had the question, you know, in comments a couple of times, oh, has there been an update yet? Or is this with the new update? Blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, thought I'd give people another way of potentially maybe finding some information, and at least then they can sort of have some idea of what's going on. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, and hopefully we see something soon.